one of the 3 judges who went missing and one of the 4 persons who went missing some years ago, Kwabena Agyapong. Take a listen to this.
Kwabena assumed that his father would return home after helping his friends out. So he slept that night only to wake up the next morning to the reality that his father might have stayed a bit too long with the visitors.
We were not to notice that he didn't come home. I just went and slept. So it was only in the morning that we had a loud knock on the door, and it was coming from our next door neighbors, and that happened to be Justice Poku Sarkodie. So the wife came to come and inform my dad that last night the husband had been picked and that she saw them. I think she argued a bit, but they were able to take the husband away. But apparently it was after that that they came to our house. We're not the next door neighbors. So I didn't even get it. I just got rushed up to my father's bedroom to go and tell him what has happened. I got to the bedroom, he wasn't there. So I went to my mother's room. I said, "What's his daddy?" She said, "He should be asleep." So he's not there. And I went downstairs and the food remained the same way he left it. You know, not finished eating, nobody had touched it. We were confused. Then I also ran out of the house and went to Justice Eduse's house, which is just across. The judges used to stay around the Ridge area. It was when I got to Justice Eduse's house that he confirmed that this is what he called Justice Apalu, who was then the Chief Justice at the time. So it was then that we realized that there was something serious happening and that some 3 judges had been picked the previous night.
You just heard there Kwabena Agyapong, son of the late Justice Kojo Agyapong. Kwabena was describing what happened 36 years ago. 36 years ago. And that was when his father was picked up by military men a while back. Now, Raymond Akwa is the man behind that special assignments documentary, Who Killed the Judges? And he joined us in the studio to talk about exactly what happened. So, Raymond, who killed the judges?
Okay, so I'll tell you what I told MFA last night. You need to watch it. Luckily for you, you have less than 24 hours to watch it. MFA had a longer period to wait. So
I'm not any more satisfied.
Just this evening, your curiosity, your answers will be provided when you sit quietly, you sit in a very solemn manner and watch this very interesting piece.
So should we expect reopening of court cases after this?
I have no competence to reopen court cases. I am not in the position to do so, but that question equally is answered in that particular documentary.
Wow. Raymond, I know this is part of our special assignment, Crimes That Shook the Nation.
Yes.
But why this work? What motivated you to do it?
So the Crimes That Shook the Nation actually reflects on major happenings in this country. So we decided to go back and, if like, map it out for me. There is no other single incident that is as controversial, that is as disputed, that is as debated as this particular incident. And there are several angles to it. There was several attempts to put it to rest, all of them. In fact, you get to know all of the details in that and whether or not they successfully put the matter to rest. You get to know the details of those who held the gun and shot the gun and shot people. You get to know those who are, in this case, supposed to have masterminded and perhaps yet walks free today. So that is the case. In any case, I mean,
supposed to have masterminded this thing.
Let me tell you one thing that you should know. As we speak today, one of those who was even put before court, as in the public tribunal, was actually taken through the process and giving judgment, was sentenced to be killed. One, there is no evidence that he was killed. So that should get your mind ringing through the things that are likely to happen in this particular report.
I mean, Anyway, so we know that this is one of the biggest issues that has rocked the nation in the past 36 years.
Yeah.
Arguably longer. But I understand it took you 2 years to produce this work.
A lot of work. I mean, to be fair, when you have something that's happened very long time, first and foremost, you need to be very prepared to be able to do it. Secondly, this is one of the issues that people are not very willing to speak to. Let's be clear. I mean, it's one of the issues that you would have to do a lot to get the information from people, to get the information from the right sources, and not to be seen as doing something pedestrian.
Because there's a lot of hearsay surrounding this incident.
So to be able to sit through that particular hearsay and get to the true record and account of events, to be able to properly investigate and dismiss some, I mean, there are so many people who volunteered information to me. Some of them just have to laugh at them and say, okay, thank you. But you know that this is complete, what do you call it, not so good information that you can accept and use for anything meaningful. There are some who also made some overtures that you can discernibly say, this is too wrong to be true. So you, and again, it's not only controversial because the true account of events sometimes eludes many and is being very emotional for other people. It's also because it went to the highest level of our state. So you cannot expect no pushback. You cannot expect people warning you that be careful. In fact, there was a very serious person, one person I respected a lot. She looked at my face and said, anybody who's tried to do what you're doing ends up being in a bad state. So are you really sure you're prepared for this? So that's how serious it is.
Yes.
But at some point in time, you need to put your history right. At some point in time, and I always said it was going to happen anyway, because with time, people were going to reflect in a more sober manner, because they will now say that looking back, this could have been done differently this way and the other way. Now, one of the things that you see in this documentary is a state-driven attempt to resolve it and how far those attempts have gone.
Would you say that you discovered a resolve on the part of the state to get to the bottom of this from the efforts that you saw, that you discovered? Did we make an extensive enough effort to get to the bottom of this crime?
When I put down the various reviews that have happened over that period, you could see clear-cut lapses. But to be clear, some have said before, it was not going to be possible to ask a grouping that was first purported to have been involved to do any proper review on its own. They could try. They could actually do their best. It was not going to be possible to hold people in highest places before its own commission at some point in time. So those things, you understand that.
Right.
After that, it was also not going to be possible not to be seen as witch hunting, or to have pursued other leads which were very important, very relevant, and needed to be done. So that is how, because of how politically connected the matter is, and to the core of it is just crime, but the connectivities to other things are very varied, very deep, that it makes it close to impossible for the people, even with a good heart, to do the kind of jobs that they're supposed to do in times past. But a greater revelation is in what you will see tonight.
Let me open the phone lines now very quickly. I'll be 0302 216 541 0244 340 437. You can. What question would you ask Raymond about the work that he has put out? If there's anything you want to know about this new work that we've done, the special assignment on crimes that shook the nation. Who killed the judges? Call us on 0302 216 541. Whilst I wait for my first caller, Raymond, what will you say to those who say we've had a National Reconciliation Commission to deal with some of these crimes, so there's no need for this?
Okay, I would beg of them to spend quality time watching it tonight. They would appreciate and understand why there is more need to do this now. Indeed, even the National Reconciliation Commission understands that it's really not a court. It couldn't have in any way prosecuted this matter. It couldn't have gotten to the bottom. It ought to be done in all of its forms. And let's be clear, even the work of the commission was disputed. They went through court and all of that, and it's been very clearly done in that particular case. So when you watch it, you understand why it's still a very important issue today.
Wow! I can't wait to see it tonight. It's gonna be live on Joy News on Multi TV, Joy Prime on Multi TV, and Joy 99.7 FM. I have one more question for you, Raymond, but let's hear Kofi calling from Kumasi. Good morning, Kofi. How are you doing?
Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I am blessed. Is this Kofi Bajimba?
Yes, this is Kofi Bajimba from Kumasi.
Let's hear you, Kofi.
You see, Daniel, I was born then. In fact, I was old when this incident happened. And as far as I know, before instituted reconciliation commission and all these matters were dealt with, we have reconciled the nation. We are in democracy. Now, why do we have to go back for this history? What does the one who did the documentary wants to achieve? Is he reminding us of what happened? If he is reminding us, what does he want us to do with it? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Kofi, for calling in. You can also call on 0302 216 541 or 0244 340 437. Raymond, I have personally come across sentiments like Kofi just expressed on numerous occasions, and it's interesting that you were just about answering that question.
Yes,
when he came on.
I had spoken about, indeed.
Ray, before you bring that in, let me take Clergy from Kumasi. Clergy from Kumasi. Good morning, Clergy.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Please, I want to come to the show. In fact, I don't know how to describe Kwabena Ejapon, because from the way he was just trying to describe the whole incident and how he's old enough to describe, and he doesn't see anything like Kwabena is showing some kind of bitterness in him. But I don't know how to describe him, and I'm praying that he'll get that courage and boldness in all he's doing. But the question I would like to ask is, so those people who killed the judges, have they been brought to book?
Clergy, thank you for your question. And whilst you're calling as well, we can take a couple more. Answer as well for me. How are you preparing for tonight? Salifu is calling from Asesiwa. Good morning, Salifu.
Good morning, my boss. How are you?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Great. Before you ask Raymond your question, how are you preparing for tonight?
Oh, I will watch it. Because, in fact, when I first heard it, I had some realizations about it. But later on, Raymond explained that it is going to enlighten us, especially those who were not yet born. Even though people will be hurt, if after watching it, people will doubt the purpose. But I think that, like he said, even all after reconciliation, nothing has still happened in this country. There are so many killings, murders, that were not supposed to have been done up to now. So I think that when we get time to watch it, we'll have some reflections, not to repeat it.
Right. Thank you very much, Salifu, for calling us from Aseswa. Let me take the last caller, Jonas Entry, calling from Gbawe. Good morning, Jonas. How are you preparing for tonight?
We are all preparing to watch the video about the judge's killing.
Please turn off your radio so we can talk.
Thank you.
Great. Since you are prepared, do you have any question for Raymond beforehand?
Yes, please. The question is that what are we going to learn from this video or this kind of attitude?
Okay. Thank you very much, Jonas Entry, for that call. He called from Gbawe. So, Raymond, you had two major questions, one about whether or not it should be showed and one about what we should learn.
So, of course, I mean, the lessons will be varied for people. But I think one thing that we can learn is that as a state, we ought to take very critical decisions on dealing with matters of importance to the state. so we can give closure to people and conclude on matters that are important in this case. Now, secondly, you need to learn a lot from your history, and I've given this example before. I insist that the gentlemen who are involved in the Muntie 3 case, if they were minded by this particular history, there is no way they would have actually made a commentary that they did. There is no way they would have actually juxtaposed. And even if they didn't mean it in any way.
At the time they did.
Very good. Even if they didn't mean it in any way, there is no way this will cross their minds. So there's a lot of learning still needing to be done by people of various grouping, not only the young people who might not have a proper or full appreciation of this, but also the older folks who probably has a limited or somewhat appreciation of this particular matter.
Again, because of the hearsay that was in that.
Yes.
On a lighter note, Raymond, I hear you made actors and actresses out of some of our multimedia colleagues. Oh, yes. How did you pull that off?
You know, when something happened 36 years ago, you don't only tell the story with narrations. You should be in the position to reenact really what happened. So people will not only follow the talk, they would also follow the actions involved in this particular case. So that is the point that's being made in there. So you not only see people talking about it, you see people acting it so that you appreciate it more. And I mean, you need to watch it.
I will definitely watch it because I wasn't alive at the time it happened. So I want to be able to have that clear view. And Raymond, thank you very much. It's a great piece of work that you put together. It's going to be like the birth of your baby, I know, tonight when it shows. It's at 8:30 p.m. Joy News on Multi TV, Joy Prime, and Joy 99.7 FM. I am going to take a few messages that have come through. But before I take those messages, in celebration of our 10th birthday, Vodafone is giving you a rate of 10 pesos for everything. Call in the Vodafone number or other networks for just 10 pesos per minute and browse for 10 pesos per megabyte. That is not all. You also get to enjoy 10 times the value of credit you buy and share that same credit with 2 others who also get it times 10. Like a Kikimi style. Yes, it's a 10 distin. Simply subscribe by calling 135 to enjoy this amazing anniversary offer. Now, social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by Telisol 4G, Just a Touch, and EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Transact on the EcoBank Express account at no fees and enjoy a 4% annual interest. Simply download the app on Google Play Store or App Store and watch your money grow. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Now, the Labadi Beach Hotel, in partnership with Joy FM, brings you Oktoberfest 2018. Catch all the fun with German food and drinks live as the Labadi Beach Hotel this October. Date is Friday, 5th October from 5 p.m. to midnight and Saturday, 6th October from 2 p.m. till midnight. Performing live is the amazing Schluten Flitzer Band from Germany. There will be lots of fun in our kiddies corner for all the children. For inquiries and bookings, please call 0544 431 213 or 0540 123 691. It's Oktoberfest 2018. Let's celebrate. Raymond, you have a word to put in?
Yes. I mean, I've heard people ask whether it's going to be on Joy Prime. Yes, it is going to be on Joy Prime at the same time. And also, for my brothers and sisters in Tamale, Radio 123, which is broadcasting on 99.7, will also take it live this evening. Yeah.
So it's available in Tamale on 123 FM, 99.7 FM, and it's live on Joy Prime as well as Joy 99.7 FM and Joy News on Multi TV. Anymore, let's take some messages.
Okay, so Janet says a lot of families haven't been the same since that era, and as a nation, we must really deal with it. President Kufuor established the Truth and Reconciliation Committee, so the truth is still necessary and the documentary is still useful. That's from Blaine Kumase. Is Joy FM telling us that this documentary on the murder of judges is going to put all the issues surrounding the case to rest? I'm waiting for more. That's from Isaac.
Raymond, do you think that this sufficiently puts all the issues to rest?
Yeah, we will try, but clearly.
we even have
set the record straight. As to whether or not it is sufficient, the minds of all people is also a different thing altogether.
You're reminding me of a politician friend of ours.
Oh, you're on
setting the record straight. Okay, final words from you, Raymond, on tonight before we move on.
So it's a wonderful piece. At the risk of sounding immodest, this is something that's going to make you have a better appreciation of your own history for that thing at all. And again, It is going to put we in the people of this republic right on some of the issues that are still contentious even today. Beyond that, there are useful lessons you ought to learn from there, because it's more reflective for other groupings too. Imagine, some people were there when they were just about 30 years, young, vibrant, and very active. Some 36 years down the line, they have retired. Their reflections over what happened are way too different from what's going to happen now. You will hear from some of these confessions and reflections equally in this particular report.
Let's hear from one person who had a first-hand knowledge of some of these events and has an interesting perspective now that he's an older man.
At the time when they established or the coup came into place, the aim of the ruling government was to discredit the judiciary. So they made claims that these judges, they were corrupt. But one thing common is that they all reviewed AFRC convictions. And everybody knows that these convictions were not safe. People were tortured, and how can you try our generals and top brass within minutes and then say they are guilty, sentenced to death? This happens only in, I would say, backward systems.
And that's Edmond Ohene-Asa. He's a member of the police investigations team that's discovered the bodies at the time. You want to stay with us on the Super Morning Show? Enjoy 99.7 FM. Do you remember when we told you about this? That was the scene at the Ankonim River, Adija in Kumasi, after 6 people died from drowning after trying to use a broken bridge. That was on the 7th of September 2018. Today is the 2nd of October. Erastus Asare Donko has been back there to find out if anything different has happened to the bridge. We'll be telling you after the break. And also after that, we'll be bringing you our new daily breast cancer awareness tip with Inimwa. Stay with us.
I wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and I got